everything. But hello. So we are live today. It's Monday. I'm happy everyone is here. If you are here today, if you're going to watch this in a replay, thank you for coming on and everything. So let's hop into it. Let's hop in. Over. So, hello everyone. Welcome to my live at noon. And today's topic is maximizing your tax refund and tips and strategies for 2024. If you don't know, I'm Corinne Wright, and today we're going to delve into like practical advice to help you get the most out of your tax refund this year. Before I even talk about the tax refund part, I want to just talk about. I got this little TikTok that came in the other day. Your goal when filing taxes are not really, like I always say, it's not always to get a refund. It's just that your goal is to have to pay the IRS or any state as least as possible taxes. That's your goal. So if you get a big refund, then basically you're pretty much gave the IRS way too much money throughout the year. And if you are paying too much to the IRS, that means you either did not take a lot of strategies to reduce the liability that you owe the IRS, or you didn't pay what you were supposed to into the IRS throughout the year. So if you're paying too much, that means you're going to have to pay the IRS plus a lot of penalties and interest that's going to probably accumulate because you did not pay using the pay as you go system, whereas where you're paying throughout the year if you did not do that. So that's what my little disclaimer right there, because this topic was a little bit like, I really don't want to do this topic because I am a fan of filing taxes. I'm not a fan of refunds. I'm more of a fan of filing your taxes and beating the system where you don't owe the IRS, but you also don't pay the IRS money throughout the year, and you're practically giving them money out for free because you notice they don't give you interest on the money you give them out throughout the year. And everything. And I say that some people are like, well, I'm not really giving them money, the credits that they're giving me. Well, the new thing is, if you look at your new W-4, you can get your credits throughout the year. Like there's certain questions that they ask about earning some credit. If you are doing additional childcare, dependent care, they're asking those questions now in the W-4 where you can get that credit throughout the year, which is kind of weird, right? But basically that's what they're starting to do. The IRS and some of the states are trying to get away from even filing taxes. They're trying to come into a system where you don't really need to file any more taxes throughout the year. So that's the goal probably in the next 10, 15, 20 years, who knows, but they're pushing forward to that more and more. But anyway, with tax season upon us, it's essential to understand how to optimize your tax situation and to potentially, like I said, increase your refund or make sure you decrease how much you're going to have to pay to the IRS. Whether you are an individual taxpayer or a small business owner, I have valuable insights to share that can make it a significant difference in your financial outcome. I definitely have, I got a lot to share. So basically, I want to go over some of the tax strategies that we have. You all know about deferred income. Those are a few things that we're going to discuss today. We can talk about HSA. There's a little bit of some things that we can use, like tax sheltering. Some tools that you can use throughout the year that can help you save on taxes, which, like I stated, which is like HSA, which is the health savings account that you can use and things like that. Yeah, I know what I'm going to say for my small business owner. Bookkeeping, making sure your finances are in order. You want to, every tax dollar saved, right? Every tax dollar saved, every money saved, like it's something that you can put towards your financial like outcome. So basically, every time you are record keeping and keeping all the coins that you saved, like imagine, you can write off like sales tax, right? Say you were a regular, didn't own a house or anything, but you were keeping all your receipts and you were keeping all the sales tax that we paid throughout the year, and like you're that anal and you kept all your sales tax, and it came out to like we definitely pay more than $10,000 a year in sales tax. But imagine if you kept all those freaking receipts, right? And you're that anal, and you had the sales tax up to the T, and you were able to present that to the IRS that you gave $10,000 in sales tax or whatever throughout the year. that's what I'm talking about. Like if we had real good record keeping, that would be awesome. Like we would be amazing. So I always say have great record keeping, make it automated, make it where it's not overwhelming for you. You don't want to be overwhelmed. It's not no need for anything to be overwhelmed anymore. In 2024. There are so many things. We have AI, we have companies that are willing to help, like myself, that can you can hire to do that for you. But definitely, if you're hearing my voice, mompreneurs out there, if you ever hear my voice during these lives, this is always a cue for you to get your books in order. Get it in order today, tomorrow, within the next hour, the next day. Like take 1 hour, batch out 1 hour to get it together. Do some research. Just do that. That's your homework. Get that together and everything. But I don't want to digress from what I'm supposed to be talking about. But let's jump right into explore some effective strategies to maximize your tax refund for 2024. Like I said, deductions and credits from like deduction and credits. We already spoke about some credits in the prior video to small financial decisions. We'll cover it all. Like I said, bookkeeping is one of those small financial decisions you can make. Remember, every dollar, like I stated, saved in taxes is a dollar that can be put towards your financial goals, moms, women entrepreneurs, every dollar you save. So, for instance, if you owe the IRS right now $4,000 or $5,000, and then that's because you decided not to record any of your expenses throughout the year, and you decided, for instance, I just did a tax return from one of my clients, and they didn't give me everything, and I was like, listen, I like to keep on digging and digging. So I kept digging. I was like, can you send me your home office expenses? Can you send me how much your home is, square footage? Can you send me your utilities? Can you send me everything? Like, just send it to me. I'm curious or whatever. And then when they sent it over to me, they saved another $900 in taxes. Of course, that's awesome. Imagine, and let me tell you this: if they do not like, if for instance, if she did not give me that, and then she did not decide, if my client did not decide to pay her taxes on time, that $900 accumulated to penalties and interest. If she did decide not to do that, but now she saved $900, and she now can put that towards something else in her. $900 is a lot. Like, I can tell you what I can do with $900. I can pay my propane like 3 or 4 times, my propane bill. I can do a lot with that $900. I can go on a trip real quick. But like I said, you'll be saving some money to put towards something else. I have 2 birthdays. I have 3 birthdays coming up. My birthday and my 2 babies' birthday. I could have put that to a whole party. But like I said, that's the goal is to save money and not waste money. Like you're leaving money on the table. If you're not focusing on your financial goals, like if you're not making sure you're on top of this, you're leaving money on the table. And we do not want to leave any money on the table in 2024. We don't got time. Inflation, all that stuff, no money. But before we continue, I want to hear from you. Do you have any specific questions about maximizing your tax refund? You can feel free to ask in the chat, and I'll do my best to address group. Please, guys, put do that little link there and everything. I'm in a new location, as you can see at the moment. My Wi-Fi is like super slow on this end. So let the look. Always say this is a great question. Some commonly overlooked deductions include medical expenses, charitable contributions, and certain job-related expenses. Additionally, don't forget to explore potential deductions for student loan interest and, like I said, home office for self-employed individuals and state and local taxes. So those are the ones that are like like I said, are always like overlooked. Like even the sales tax thing I was telling you, like if you imagine if you kept all your receipts, like starting like it's only February. I bet you if you did it just for the few months, you would beat the $10,000 contribution mark. Because remember, when you do the Schedule A, you get up to $10,000 in the property, I mean, in tax deductions as of 2023, right? So you get to use your W-2 income state tax, and then you also can put in like sales tax in there. So like if you did it like a homework, right? If you took your sales tax that you purchased like groceries, right? Sales tax on almost everything you purchase for like the next month or two, the next few months, I bet you it'll be as high. You'll get to that $10,000 mark really, really fast. Trust me. Just by a little mark, like just do it for 1 month and then multiply by 12. You'll get there. Like trust me, it's the same thing over and over. But those are the deductions that are usually overlooked. And like I said, the home office expense overlooked. We all are now after COVID working from home. In New York State, you're able to like deduct your home. You're able to deduct anything you need to use for your home office. Like if you need a home office, if you're working from home, if you're working remotely, in New York State specifically, you can deduct expenses. Like you can take majority, like for instance, you have a room of the house that you are using for your office. You're able to deduct portions of the mortgage, portions of your real estate taxes, portions of your utility bills because you're using the heat, the energy, whatever. You're able to use certain things if you purchase certain things for the office that the job is not going to reimburse you. Like for instance, like two screens, a printer. If you have to purchase paper and stuff like that, you're able to deduct all of that stuff. So that is some things that I want everyone to be like to think about. Like, maybe I do have any of that. And if you filed your taxes ready, just go amend it. But no problem. Next question. Are there any tax credits or changes for 2024 tax season that individuals should be aware of? Oh, yeah. So there may be in new tax credits or changes existing credits for 2024 tax season. For example, there could be changes to eligibility criteria or enhanced credits related to childcare, of course, because they always plan with our childcare credits, education, or energy efficient home improvements. It's essential to stay updated on any changes to ensure you take full advantage of all available credits. The childcare credit is the one that was changed and they was up in Congress going back and forth like a ping pong table in the past few weeks where the amount did not really change. It was up to $2,000, but they were deciding on how much would be refundable and how much wasn't. So before Congress passed, it was $1,600 refundable, and then they were trying to bring it up to like $1,800 refundable. I think it passed. It did pass, but it was just now up to how they're going to fix it for people that already filed their taxes and things like that. But those are a few changes that have happened for 2023 and the 2024 tax season. Anything that's going to happen in 2024, we are going to be able to actually let you know more about that in July after we go to the IRS tax summit that they have. What strategies can small business owners implement to maximize their tax refund or minimize their tax liability? If you are in my chat right now, tell me what I would say. Well, like, how would I answer this? Like, everyone knows me. If you've been my supporter, you know what I'm going to say already. Like, what would I say? What is the best way to minimize your tax liability? Give me some. Give me. I want the audience to answer these questions like in church. Like let the church say Amen. Let me hear you guys tell me what you can answer to this. Try and test everybody and everything. Some people are telling me like, oh, bookkeeping, hire your children. Okay, so small business owners have several strategies at their disposal to optimize your tax situation. Like we have a lot as small business owners. There's so many things we can include to maximize the deductions, especially for business expenses. Basically, how it works for a business, right? Whatever you spent is that decreases the revenue. So whatever you bring in, like the income you bring in from whatever you do for your business, whatever if you're selling water or whatever. Let's go with water. Let's go with water. It's simple. If you're selling water, whatever expenses that goes for selling water might be purchasing bottles for the water itself, maintaining the water, the store for the water, anything that you're spending against that revenue for the income you bring in for that water, it's going to decrease what you're going to be paying taxes on. So with that being said, basically there's a lot. You maximize a lot of your business deductions by making sure you are detailed and very anal with how much you are record keeping your expenses, and making sure whatever you are recording in your business for your business expenses is what you need to actually make the business like flourish. Like you can't we're selling water, right? You can't say I'm selling water and then turn around and you have a whole crib, you're paying for a crib or a mattress or stuff like that. That doesn't make sense. It has to make sense for the business that you're in. So for business, like I said, expenses, office supplies, equipment purchase, professional services, things like that. Those are things that you can include in your maximum deduction. So you hire an accountant, tax write-off. You hire an attorney, tax write-off. You hire a marketing team, tax write-off. Get a website, tax write-off. Like it's reducing your expenses. Those are going to be investments into your company, right? And additionally, considering contributing to retirement accounts. So taking advantage of the qualified business deductions as well, and exploring tax credits available to small business, such as R&D, so which is called research and development tax credits, or the small business healthcare tax credit. So those are some things that you can use as a business to do deductions. I would tell you, the one I love the most is us mompreneurs, because we're allowed to take advantage of this because we're mompreneurs. So a lot of us have children that are probably under the age of 21, 18 to 21. They're allowed to work for your company. I know since I was like 7 years old, I have worked for my mom for company or whatever she was doing. I've always been doing something for my mom since at least 7 or whatever. I know for a fact I was doing that, but we never got paid. I don't think she knew about this credit. I mean, she didn't know about this tax credit as well, or tax advantage that she could have taken as well. But we all know our kids do work with us. Our kids always want to work with us. They want to do it, and sometimes more than we even want them to work for us. So you can hire babies, depending on the state you live on as well. You also want to make sure you're looking at your state laws, because some states might require you, like in New York State, you are required to have certain insurances in place, like disability and workers' comp and stuff like that in New York State. But even though you're paying that, it still outweighs the savings. So if you have, like me, I have a whole army, I have 4 children, you can save for each child. You can put, right now the tax credit is 13,000, almost 14,000, $13,800 per child you can put down for them. But you have to make sure that put them on payroll legitly. I hear people say, oh, you can give them a 1099. You don't want to give your kids a 1099 because they're going to have to pay taxes on the 1099. They're going to have to file that and do a Schedule C. No, you want to put them you want to put them on payroll. You want to make sure that when you put them on payroll that you put them down as exempt, because they don't have to pay any taxes. New York State, unfortunately, they do have to pay a little bit of New York State taxes. But like I said, it's not crazy. It's about like $800 when I did my kids' taxes the other day, like $811. But it's not crazy. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure you do it correctly. You want to reach out to a payroll company and see who can do it. Use a payroll software company like Gusto. You want to reach out to your state, like I said, New York State, or you can reach out to these payroll companies because they will understand the laws as well, more than myself and yourself. And they'll let you know what insurances the kids are going to need based on the state you're in. So those are things you're going to have to do for the research of the babies. And you want to make sure you are giving them jobs that they can actually do. Okay. One of my children is Shawnee. He's our social media manager. He does all the social media for us. My daughter, Kathy, when she decides to actually work and she feels like having money is important. She doesn't really care about money. She's our office manager, so she's doing everything like the scanning, shredding. She wants to be working on the computer now, so she wants to start doing data entry in a few. So we're gonna figure that part out for her. But those are some like credits that you can take as a small business, like that one. I feel like there's a lot of money. Then there's also the Augusta rule if you own a home where you can basically rent out your house to the business for 14 days, up to 14 days. They lost the money that way as well. So those are a few things. Like having a business does does help a lot, and do it the right way. I hear a lot of TikTokers and things like that saying get an LLC and still work and put your paycheck into the LLC. I won't say that. That's not how it works. That's definitely not how it works. But even on the legal side, talk to a lawyer about that part because they're going to tell you no. But on that part, it's not really. That's not how it works, guys. But doing it the right way, you'll save some money. But I'm gonna sign out of here. Thank you, everyone that's joining me today on Instagram. I love you guys on Instagram. I get so much love on here. I love coming on here. Um, I am so happy. If you definitely need to meet with me, you can always book a free 1 hour consultation. You can email me or just send me a PM. I'm always in my DM looking through. You're gonna get me, even though I said my son is the one doing social media. I'm always, I got to monitor. So you can always reach out and I will respond right away. You can send an email to hello@faithacs.com and you'll get a link to the calendar. As soon as you send an email, you can get a link to our calendars to book a call with me as well. We want this to be an instant situation. But with that being said, I'm so happy to be here. We are going to be, next time I meet with you, it'll be March. It'll be my month. So I can't wait for that. But have a great day, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the week. Make sure you're productive. Make sure you're present because you got to be present, guys. Being present is how you got to go and have fun. Enjoy. Bye. You're welcome, Stacy. Love you. Oh my gosh. It's so hot in here. Oh my gosh. So before I go, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I forgot to announce that we are going to be starting in March a new series. Hold on, let me pull one up real quick. Let's see what this series is about. Let's see. Because Cameron's like, don't forget to announce the series. Master Your Money, a financial empowerment series. It'll be 3 parts, and that's what will be going on. So see you in March. And we have so many things to give out. Remember, this is our 10-year anniversary, and I am having my birthday in March. So there's going to be some freebies going on, maybe some free services. So make sure you join to maximize so you can, master your money and, empower some finances. We got to get it together this year. Bye.